Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Texas A&M Aggies. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
When you walk into Kyle Field in College Station, Texas, it is so dynamic. From the traditions, the cheering, the crowd in unison. It is straight up and down of electric Aggie pride. This is one of the most unique places you can ever watch a college football game, and we expect it to be just as loud and energetic here today. Back to you guys.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this.
Just steamrolling the defense. But, and he's got room. Carried it all the way down to the 35-yard line before they finally got him stopped. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And Kenny Dillingham, man, he knows how to coach offense. And he got that big extension this offseason, and he immediately took it and invested in the wide receiver position. Like, to make it easy for his... Got two of the best... They expect the pass game to continue to grow and develop, even though Sam Levitt took off.
Well, and you got to replace Jordan Tyson. In my eyes, he was the best receiver available in the draft from a season ago. And so you got some new faces coming in, throwing it around. You got some new bodies catching it as well. This is an op.
Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
Now the connection takes it to the 11.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. And they will score! Touchdown, Sun Devils!
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
The Aggies offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. Mario Craver, every time he gets a chance to make a play, the entire stadium holds its breath.
And there was times during the week when we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week, and we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out wide. Like, this is a guy that legit has that take the top off the defense speed, elite speed. Palmer, this is a guy that defenses, and talking to the coaches, they are extremely worried about.
Yeah, the D coordinator in this game told us he just hasn't slept much this week, knowing how fast this guy is and just how he can score any given play. And they've got to do a really good job in this one communicating, understanding where he is, but making sure there is at least one safety playing deep, because you know this guy is going to get his opportunities deep down the field.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Going to try to get it himself. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Play action with Reed. Now sliding to his left. He'll try to do it himself. Turns it on in midfield. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Aggies go back to work after moving the chains through the air. The give on the counter. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Offense changing the play. Reed makes the catch. It's Edwards. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Aggies, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Quick strike complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's got it on the right. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think this is starting to get really frustrating for this defense, man. This is a drive that they're putting play after play together. And you finally force the third down, and they get the first down again. And so starting to sub some bodies because they're getting a little bit tired. They've got to find a way to get a third down stop.
Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And a lapse in concentration will back them up 5, but still a 1st and goal. They want to run this quarterback. And he'll be shoved out of bounds right at the 4-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here.
Ready. Black 14. Ready.
Sends it back in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Marcel Reed. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a down right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Good, right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. They got off to a flying start, a touchdown on that opening drive, and now an opportunity to build on this lead. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
Pressure coming. He gets away. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Shoots it to the left. It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, this is a receiving group that practices making catches in traffic, and they're used to having guys trying to rip it free. He's got to do a better job of keeping 5 points of pressure. After he makes the catch, that's a costly giveaway.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. Motion from the wide receiver. Makes a grab and room to run. And he scores! Touchdown, Texas A&M. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback, because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Boley. Fires left. Intercepted. Takes it the other way.
And you don't see this very often. The big defensive linemen, you see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Paul, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Gives it on the option. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Give to the running back. Here's a little room there. He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the third play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
Working the middle. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. In the red area, it's Edwards. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and I love running the football down the red zone. You've got to be able to do it. And first down, obviously, is the right down to do it. But now, limits the options a little bit more. Second down after that loss of yards play.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Here's Reed to throw. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Aggie! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They have got to shore up their play in the back half.
Hope the kicker is okay there. He's in a defenseless and vulnerable position, and you have to protect him. Good concentration to get that squibber inside the 15. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Holly Rowe has an update.
Guys, here on the Arizona State sideline, there is a lot of conversation happening about better communication. This crowd is making it so...
There he goes. Oh, what a cut. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to their running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Motion from the back. Looking to pass. It's Boley. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Now the play fake. Unleashes one. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Timeout taken by the Sun Devils, their first of 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Arizona State! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
Not much happening on that one. Maybe made it back to the line of scrimmage as the clock continues to move here late in the half. It's third down.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Trying to make magic with his feet. At the 35, he's got room. He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that third and long. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Reed. Under fire. He's sacked. This defense all over him. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Making side adjustments here. Looking for a man. It's Reed. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. And the right rotation on that one to get a little help from the crossbar and get it through. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. What did they talk about at halftime, Holly?
I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach coming out of the locker room. They have got to use this home team's energy and enthusiasm to their benefit. As you know, this game has a lot of implications. It could separate them in the conversation for the college football playoff, but they have got to have a little better performance here to start the third. We'll see if this home crowd gives them the energy that they need.
Appreciate that, Holly. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running inside, it's Edwards. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Throwing Reed. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He might want another play. To throw, it's Reed. Under fire. Working that left side now. Made a defender miss. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Aggies go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Reed on the play action. Bringing the heat.
Saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The run inside. It's Edwards. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Reed. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the catch. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Keeps it on the option. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And this offense showing off a little diversity, right? Like being able to run that option a different way, get a receiver that can catch the ball on the pitch, confuse the defense enough to create enough opportunity for the QB to keep it and punch it in the end zone.
He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Catch in the middle, it's Harris. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. A give to Brown. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Boldy. That pass is incomplete. The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires on the move. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to fourth. The Sun Devils send out the punt unit. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job of play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make first downs. 1st and 15 here. Here's Reed to throw. With the catch, it's Edwards. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. That last completion sets them up on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Edwards. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Fires to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Gets the back moving. To the air. It's Bowling. Swings it out to the flat. Building momentum. Picking up a chunk of yardage. Moving the chains out to the 34.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Hand off for Brown. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. It's complete. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. And the Sun Devils are marching down the field. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Miller. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Bowling. Rushes on him. Hit as he throws. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to throw again. Gets rid of it. It's complete to the right. Turning it on. They get him stopped, but the big... I'm on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Grabs it. He gets it in. Touchdown ASU.
And you're really starting to see the chemistry that this guy is developing with his quarterback. They hooked up for a touchdown in the first game. They do it again here. These two are on the same page.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Out to the 25. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They've got a first down here. Want to start its bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Reed. Safe completion on the screen. There's some room. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Aggies come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. It's Edwards. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guessed right.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second.
Oh, he's got some space. They're going to stop him short, and, man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on third down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he got it! And that will extend their lead even further.
That's a big drive for this offense in the fourth quarter. Now to take a two-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot.
Here comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. Giving up that last field goal really ratchets up the sense of urgency for the offense on this drive. Grabbed over the middle, it's Anderson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing.
Looking deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
Looking to throw, it's Boley. He'll pull it down and run. Didn't get past the marker when he started his slide, and now it's 4th down. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on 4th down. On 4th down, looking to pass. Right down the middle. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. What a grab with one hand. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Sun Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Here's the pressure. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Pulls it in. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Timeout taken by the Sun Devils, their 1st of 3. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the 1st. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Touchdown, Sun Devils! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again, and how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
There's timeout on the field. Arizona State calls it 2nd. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Throwing Reed. Fires to the big fella. Got a little grass. He's got the 1st down, and they'll be able to run it out from here. Now the Sun Devils calling their 3rd and final timeout. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the 1st down. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And a lot of times on these play sheets, the offensive coordinators, man, they go, who do I want to get the ball to? How can I get him the ball? And sometimes when the space cramps down here in the red zone, how do you feature your guy? Nice job. Getting a little touch pass, getting him on the edge, letting him get some positive yards. He almost got in the end zone for the 2nd time there.
And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are. what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are, but when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.